What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams here at the distance, kind of standing up now. I'm just going to talk about Mayweather Pacquiao. The title of this video is Mayweather vs. Pacquiao, Development Hell. Development hell is a term that's used for things that are done in the film and music industry, for projects that have been worked on and talked about and discussed, but things were never able to come about. And in boxing, this is the match that seems like a Hollywood movie that just can't be made. Like, for instance, Ghostbusters 3, or I believe it was called Dark Blood with River Phoenix, that was never finished. Or in music, Chinese Democracy by Guns N' Roses, or Smile by the Beach Boys. Development hell is a term that's used quite often through entertainment for things that can't be done, and things that are either can't be done or things that are difficult to do. And that's what Pacquiao Mayweather is to the sport of boxing. Pacquiao Mayweather is that sense of development hell. Now, if you wait too long with a project that's development hell, then more than likely you have a product that may not do well, and the anticipation goes down. And people, years later wouldn't necessarily anticipate the fight as much, later on as they do at the current moment. Right now, currently, Pacquiao Mayweather, among boxing fans, and whether it be casual and hardcore, Pacquiao versus Mayweather is one of the most anticipated bouts, pretty much in the last few years, and possibly one of the most anticipated bouts. I'm not even going to say ever, but one of the most anticipated bouts in boxing history among the smaller weight classes. This is a modern day Felix Trinidad Oscar De La Hoya fight. This is a modern day Sugar Ray Leonard versus Thomas Hearns, a modern day Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler. This fight is along those lines. You have two big names. You have the number one, you have the number two pound for pound best fighter in the world. But for some reason, this fight can't come about because of the stipulations that are involved in this bout. Now, in this fight, in this bout, new rules have possibly surfaced as far as drug testing goes, which actually goes beyond the boundaries of normal testing. Now, Manny Pacquiao has agreed to the testing, and now we're waiting on Floyd Mayweather Jr. to sign the contract. And I believe that the time is almost up. And to be quite honest, I believe, and this is what I believe, if this fight happens too late, then people are still going. I think that people are still going to watch this fight, but if this fight happens too late, then it kind of takes away from perhaps the possible glory of this fight, of what this fight could possibly be, if this fight happens too late. If both fighters wait, say Manny Pacquiao goes in and he has a war against Antonio Margarito or Miguel Cotto, whoever he decides to face. Say he has a war against these fighters, and Floyd Mayweather goes in and he fights him. People are still going to talk about Floyd Mayweather Jr. regardless. So this fight should happen now. I believe November 13th is the date that this fight should happen. I believe that Floyd should sign the contract and let it all be said and done. But with all the stipulations, with the cancellations, with the one cancellation, with all the drug testing and all the rules and guidelines going into this fight is development hell, because of all this stuff alone. And one good example of development hell, and it's taking its toll on certain things, is, for example, in the music world, with Chinese Democracy by Guns N' Roses. It was an album that was perhaps the most expensive album that was ever produced. More than $10 million went into this project, and when it was finally released, people weren't anticipating it in 2008 the same way they were anticipating it in like 2002 or 2000 or 1998. People weren't anticipating it as much, and it ended up not selling too well, because what happened was the record industry changed, and people weren't really I guess the fans of Guns N' Roses have moved on. And in this fight, you won't necessarily see that happen, but at the same time, there's people already saying, "Hey, who cares if this fight happens?" You know, there's going to be boxing. You know, there was boxing before Floyd and Pacquiao. There's going to be boxing after Floyd and Pacquiao. So, and me, have I moved on? Not necessarily, but me, I'm a thoroughbred boxing fan. I love the sport. I'm going to continue watching. I was watching before the talks came about, and I'm going to be watching after this fight happens. Do I believe it will happen? Yeah, I do believe that this fight will happen. But right now we're in that stage of development hell. We don't know when Floyd's going to sign the contract, or if he signs the contract, because now right now, you know, Pacquiao agrees to his testing and agrees to the stipulations, and you know, now people are going to be waiting for Floyd to sign the contract, and people are going to talk while everything is up in the air. So anyway, guys, that was the distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.